Good day, Market Chameleons, and everyone joining for the first time. Thanks for coming by and watching the Market Chameleon live webinar series. Before we get started, let's take a look at the shared disclaimer. Please be aware that neither Market Chameleon, Dimitri, or myself are registered investment advisors or a broker-dealer. If you're searching for investment advice, please reach out to a licensed professional. This webinar, as all our webinars and shows, are for informational purposes only concerning Market Chameleon tools and products. With that, one last look at the disclaimer, and let's welcome Dimitri Pargamonic to the stage. How are you doing, Dima?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Great. Let me bring up your screen.
Good morning.
There you go.
And in today's example, we're going to take a look at a report that filters out specifically large stock movers on a day, which also have unusual stock and options volume. And the idea there is to kind of show how to filter out certain parameters or certain factors that traders may be looking for, and you could really use the stock screener for it. But this would be an example of something you could do in a stock screener, but we isolated it into a report because the stock screener itself could be used based on the filters that you set, your unique parameters as your own report. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to go under stocks, under the stock menu. And this report is under market actions, top gainers on high volume. So I'm going to click on that. And what we do is we have a list of 36 stocks that met this criteria. Okay. And again, this is something that you could create right from the stock screener. And this is just to show an example of what, how a stock screener could be used to create your report, but we isolated it here. And the story behind it is, well, we're looking at first stocks that showed a big, a big gain on the day. So you could see here, like PTGX symbol was up 29.8% on the day. This is as of Friday's close. We're not open yet, so this is the end of day Friday. And on besides the price action, then we use the trading activity, the trading interest, how much volume was behind this price action. What's the strength of this move? And we look at it from the perspective of relative volume. How much volume traded on the day relative to typical volume. Okay, so here we see that the stock volume on the day was 6.7 million for PTGX. And of course, 6.7 million for some stocks may be low or typical, and for others it may be high volume because not all stocks trade exactly the same amount of shares or same amount of dollar value. So we would have to look at it from the perspective of relative volume, relative to an average day. What does 6.7 million mean, right? So we'd have to take 6.7 million shares and compare it to an average day. So we could take a ratio, right? We could take 6.7 million, and if on average PTGX trades 1 million shares a day, well, 6.7 million divided by 1 million would be 6.7 times your average daily volume. So here we see the relative stock volume, 7.8. So it tells us here that, it was up 30%, almost 28.9% on volume that was 7.8 times the daily average volume. We could also look at it from the standpoint of options volume. So options volume could also indicate to us how much trading interest is coming, not just from stock traders, but options traders, right? So you got stock traders that are, very active, participating in, in a large amount. What about in the options market? Do we have the same thing? Where options traders are participating in larger volumes than usual, and that which again both can indicate that there's large trading interest, opening positions, traders paying attention to whatever happened in the stock, and establishing either positions or strategies around that. So here we see that the options volume for PTGX was 9,000 contracts on a day. Well, 9,000 contracts may not be a lot for something like a Tesla or SPY. They trade millions. So we have to kind of put in perspective of this stock relative to what PTGX trades on a typical day. So if we again take the volume on the day, and we could take it as a ratio, that volume divided by the average daily volume. Well, here now we see that we get 32.6 times the average daily volume. So it doesn't typically trade that much, PTGX, but you could see that on the day it did trade 9,000 contracts, which was much higher than what we usually see. So this report is kind of a starting, right? It's a starting point. It's a starting point to see, well, what do we have here? We have interest, demand for the stock because of its big price gain, and it's supported by large volume in both the underlying security and the derivatives or the options markets. So here, we see the second one, something similar, also a therapeutics, healthcare. If we go down this list, right, just kind of now that we have this entire list and we could kind of scroll through, it might reveal or create insights into something a little bit wider. Perhaps there's a sector or a industry in particular that's being targeted or being looked at, where here it looks like, yeah, we have we do have like some healthcare stocks, and perhaps that they released news or something that traders caught on and seem to be excited about, and we'd have to go research that a little bit further. But other times you may see a different type of trend or pattern where the list of stocks could be perhaps from a certain sector, that sector in particular is what people are coming after, not specifically. With therapeutics it's a little bit different, but let's if you see something where perhaps gold stocks, gold miners, or semiconductors are starting to pop up in big numbers, that could indicate where there's like a rotation or shift or demand for that sector. And that's another insight that you could quickly get by filtering out these reports this way. So I'm just going down the line just to see if anything sticks out. So nothing in particular today. It looks like maybe that we had some ultra ETFs popping in here, but nothing where there's, at least right now, sticks out where it looks like there's a particular sector or industry that was being targeted on Friday. Well, I'm going to stop right there. I just wanted to quickly kind of go over a report, which could be a starting point for further research, that is based on certain parameters that traders would be looking for, which
Hey, Dee,
is right. Yep.
Yeah, that was a great webinar. Thanks for bringing that to the Chameleon community. It's the first one of the week. We will see everyone tomorrow. Thanks, Dee.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe out there. Have a great trading day.
Great day, Dee. Bye. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining another Market Chameleon webinar. I'm going to type something into Mike real quick. It is a beautiful hotel. I'm actually down with my son in Auburn, Alabama, and staying at Hotel Auburn. So it is a beautiful spot. What a wonderful little town they have here. We had a great meal last night. Lots of very friendly people who love this town and love this university. But everyone have a great day. Remember, we do have a webinar, after hours webinar with Ryan Mastro from Options Robot today. I did put the link to that webinar in the top of the chain this morning. Also, if you're new to this webinar series and you're checking out Market Chameleon for the first time, make sure you go to the main website and click on the free trial. You get a 7-day free trial. Remember, thumbs up on YouTube, all the social platforms, like and follow. Thanks again, everyone. We will see you either after hours today, 4:30, 3:30 my time in Auburn, Alabama, or tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock or 8 a.m. my time, Auburn, Alabama. We'll be here tomorrow for breakfast and then leave after the show. So everyone have a great day. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you later. Bye.